What's up, everybody? It's April Dawn. I'm here to do my Power Season 2, Episode 6 review. So let's go ahead and get started. Y'all, this week the episode was lit. It was a lot going on. Power has finally hit its, running stride. The last 3 episodes of this, it's 3, right? Yeah, the last 4. The last 4 episodes are going to be really, really good. We got some plot twists, some new storylines, so it should be pretty interesting. So I have a lot to say, so let me go ahead and get started. Now I'm going to go storyline by storyline because it was everywhere. It was all over the place. A lot of people died, so I don't want to get anything confused, okay? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before I go ahead and get started. Go ahead. Don't go hit that button. It's right there. Go ahead and subscribe. All right, so we're going to start off with Tommy. This week, Tommy is in Chicago. Remember last week he got the burner car, the new car, the clean car, right? He gave his phone to old boy, and he drove to Chicago. So now we see that he's meeting with Jason. I guess Jason is like the big guy, the head honcho. He's not who Villalobos was, or is he who Villalobos was? I'm not exactly sure who he is, but he's the man, okay? Milan, he was Milan's boss. So he meets with Tommy and reassures Tommy that, he doesn't want anything. He doesn't have a problem with him, except for that he needs to cut all ties with Ghost. That means don't talk to him on the phone. Y'all can't be friends. You can't go by his house for Christmas dinner. You can't be dropping Tyreek off in the men's school playing video games. He said he's a liability. They're finished with Ghost, and Ghost is out the business. So Tommy says, okay. Now, do we really think that Tommy gonna stop talking to Ghost? Absolutely not, okay? But since Ghost is not in the drug game no more, it technically won't be that difficult to disassociate himself with him, at least business-wise. Now, they running drugs through the club, remember that. So, they're gonna have to decide how they're gonna stop doing that or whatever the case may be. And let's not forget that Ghost has a phone that he has to give Tommy. So if Tommy really is not gonna talk to him, it's gonna be kind of hard for him to get that phone to Tommy. So we'll see what happens with that. And then Jason goes into the spiel about how they're going to expand the operation, and he wants Tommy to run the East Coast and the West Coast. I'm going to be honest with y'all, this whole storyline really doesn't do anything for me, because anytime in the past where they've introduced where there could be a possible conflict with Tommy and Ghost, or, they friendship is being challenged and all that kind of stuff, like, it never works out. So to me, this one is just like the rest of them. It's never going to work out. Either Ghost going to end up back selling drugs, or he's not going to be selling drugs, and Tommy going to end up killing whoever he needs to kill, going to get killed, and things going to continue on as status quo, right? Okay, so, but we're going to continue. So he tells him, we want you to run it. Tommy says, cool. Tommy's like, can I go back to New York? Dude's like, nah, meet us tonight. We're going to do it up big, whatever. So Tommy is like, all right, I guess. I don't really feel safe until I get back to New York, but cool. So he goes out with them. He's just drinking and drinking and drinking. I'm like, Tommy. Like, Tommy need like a chaperone with him, because it's just like, come on, dude, don't get drunk. My thing is, like, don't get pissy drunk. Like, you out here handling business, these all gangsters you dealing with. So he starts to talk about, he didn't think that the Milan hit was gonna get, approved so quickly, and X, Y, Z, and everybody starts looking at each other kind of funny. So this is when you peep there's something going on. So he basically says that, he didn't think he was gonna get hit so quickly, and the guy says, well, Milan was getting older, he was cool, but he was eating people and shit, so we was done with that. We ain't had time. He was on his way out. So they say, okay, whatever. So they walk into the car. Tommy is the only one stumbling. Everybody else walking just fine. He the only one stumbling around. So you actually think, I thought he was gonna throw up, but they open up the trunk, they threw him in the trunk. Later on, he wakes up. Y'all, did y'all catch when they was at the table and they did like some type of prayer or some type of something he said at the table was a toast, and Tommy was like, blah, 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 blah. Like, that shit was so funny. Like, Tommy is so stupid. So they put him in, the trunk. They wake up. They walk into an open grave. Qatar shows up from nowhere, child, and he's saying that he has told Jason that they just killed Milan. They didn't get approval to do it or whatever. They just killed him without his permission. So Tommy is about to get killed because Jason thinks that he killed, what's his name? Child, I'm confused already. Milan, without his permission. So obviously, Tommy remained a G because he's a G. He was like, listen, he said it was okay. Batar was in the room. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? This is crazy. So Jason really doesn't know. So Tatiana, if you remember Tatiana slinking around that season, was that last season or season before last, excuse me, slinking around all the time, you know, she comes in and she confirms that Tommy is telling the truth. You think Jason is going to shoot Tommy, but he shoots Petard. So now, you know, he gets Tommy up and says, it's great, you know, to work with you guys. Right, it's going to be fantastic work or whatever. So Tommy is on his way home back to New York, and then he sees a sign because when he was at the grave and they was about to shoot him, he closed his eyes and Holly flashed. So he rubbed his chain and said Cleveland 80 miles. He shows up in Cleveland to this random house viewing. He goes into the viewing and he tells the realtor he just wants to walk around and take a look, and then he starts to talk to the realtor. The realtor starts to talk to him about his daughters and X, Y, and Z. And Tommy turns around and says, "Do you like to screw your daughters?" And then we realize that this is Holly's uncle. Now, these are things I don't understand about this. I have questions, okay? That's why I'm saying this storyline is kind of stupid to me. Like, can't we just let Holly R.I.P. nigga? I'm tired of her, okay? So, like, my thing is, how did he know where Holly lived? Or how did he know that house was going to have that realtor that was going to be her uncle? And why, when somebody is looking as crazy as hell as Tommy is, would this man say she wanted it? She wanted it. Some girls are faster than others. People don't say that kind of stuff. They'd be like, what are you talking about? I would never. He would keep on denying it. Now, Tommy would have killed him regardless, but I'm just saying those choices for me didn't really make sense. It's like randomly, like, he ain't never go home and meet her mom and daddy. He didn't know shit about her other than what she told him. I mean, she gave him an address. How did he... Child, listen, I'm just going to go with it, okay? But we need to let Holly rest in peace. We are tired of Holly, honey. Now, I'm not saying he should get over it and it should be nothing, because if you think about the time span of the show, it's really not that long. So I'm rambling. I'm moving on because I don't really care about the storyline. So Tommy is neither here nor there. And Keisha ain't heard from him. Okay, so let's... go on. So Ghost is out of jail. He wakes up in the morning, turn his swag on. Hey, take a look in the mirror and say, "What's up? I'm home. I get money." Yeah, so he fresh out the shower. We saw his little booty cheeks and everything. Thank you for that. Thank you, girl. We appreciate it, seeing Omari booty. And he gets ready for work in the morning, and he goes in. Tasha's cooking as per usual. He asks Tasha where she slept, because when he woke up, there was pillows on her side of the bed. And she said in Raina's room. Now, I don't know if y'all caught this, but it was a little pause. It was a little pause before she said Raina's room. So I was like, did she really sleep in Raina's room? That's yet to be seen, okay? So anyways, because not Omari, y'all, because Ghost, or because James is such a sociopath and he can compartmentalize the things that he does, I think he expects everybody around him to just be like, forgive and forget and let's just start over again. So he's like, you know, can we just start over again, Tasha, and we can forget about this? I know, I'm sorry, Angela Watson, the club. She was looking at him like, boy, this girl just blew up her whole life for you not to go to jail. Like, you don't sit up here and insult the audience, insult me, insult the writers, and make us think that she's just gonna be like, oh, you know what? It's no big deal. Let's just stay together. We can work it out. We can work it out. Whatever it is. And I really think right now that Ghost thinks that he's done with Angela. Like, in his mind, he like, she put me in jail, yada, 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 and I'm done with her. But 3 months from now, it's not gonna be like that, son. It's not gonna be like that. So Tasha is smart enough to know, like, nigga, you ain't over her yet. It's not over, okay? In a few months, y'all gonna be sniffing up each other booty again. So I don't have time for this, no. But they decided to talk about it later on. She said she's gonna get the kids to stay out, you know, wherever they are. Raina with this one, where is the baby, child? Where is the little baby? So the little baby somewhere with grandma. And Raina at a sleepover. And, you know, Tyreek is at a sleepover, but he's not really at a sleepover, okay? So later on, our Ghost, he goes to the club. He's walking around. He's taking it all in, right? He's back in his club. And then he turns around and Simon Stern is there. Not to mention, when Simon Stern was walking into the club, we see Kanan outside the club getting ready. He was going to go in there and kidnap Ghost because, you know, they need to do the money transaction to get Tyreek back. He don't even know Tyreek is kidnapped. So, you know, he decides not to do that. He calls Jukebox. Jukebox says, you know, hey, don't call me till you have some good news or whatever. You need to get this nigga, whatever. And he's like, it's too much heat. So we in the club, Simon Stern and Ghost. He finds out that Tasha took a loan from Simon. And basically Simon says that he will clear his debt if he wants Ghost to go into a new business venture with him. This is like a lot to do with gentrification, okay? He can get a diversity loan if Ghost is a CEO. So Ghost is basically like, you're using my black ass to get a loan for you, basically a loan and a tax break. So I'm sure it's going to be somewhere in the hood, and they trying to gentrify and build, you know, real estate, and so they just need a black face for the business. I have a feeling that that business or that real estate group is going to be doing some more shady things, and he looking for a patsy, and James is going to be that patsy. But you know, that's neither here nor there. So you know, James and him, they go back and forth or whatever. So James goes home to Tasha. He's obviously pissed with Tasha because she took the money. See, this is why I don't like how they write Tasha's character. They do this shit on purpose. They make her stupid and do stupid stuff. Now, he says, the check that I gave you from Tommy, that should have been enough money to take care of everybody. She kind of squirms around and they kind of brush over it. But I have a feeling that Tasha got her a Batman account, honey, and she not being stupid this time around. You will never leave me with no coins again. Okay, so she done took that check and did something else with that money. We don't know what she did, but it's something else Tasha done did with that money. So she took the money from Stern, and she's like, well, you know, I knew, you know, he was lying or whatever when he said, you know, he was going to let us pay it back over time. And she tells her about the deal. And she says, well, you know, I know you can turn this in some type of way that's going to make it look good for you. It would be good publicity. And it would be good publicity. And it would make him look even more legitimate and solidify him as a legitimate businessman. So it's not the worst idea in the world. It's just the person that you're going into the deal with is the worst person in the world. It's still like defrauding and criminal to a certain extent because you're defrauding. But I don't know. I mean, to say you defrauding, but to make him a CEO would be legitimate. But I feel like I said, I feel like there's going to be some other things going on in that real estate group that ain't got shit to do with real estate. Okay? That's all I got to say about that. So, you know, I like the way they did write her, though. She did go back and forth with him. She did not let him disrespect her. Now, I don't like the fact that she went to the jail last week and cussed him out, right, 2 weeks ago, about him not telling her about the deal that Angela had offered him, making decisions without her, and we in this together, and I need you to know that. And then you turn around and do the same thing behind his back. He's like, I can't trust you. I don't know how I can trust you. And she's looking at him like, Negro, you have destroyed this whole family running behind puss. And you talking about you? I don't know how to trust you either, Ghost. I feel like they both on the same. They both on the same level. I can't necessarily get mad at Tasha because how can you get mad at Tasha? I mean, she done been through all this type of stuff. This man left her high and dry, took all the money, did all this. So can I blame her for taking some money and putting it aside for herself? And people like, she taking his money. That's their money. They married. That's both of their money. To take care of herself, is she wrong? Hell yeah, she wrong. But do I understand her motives for doing it? Hell yeah, I understand her motive for doing it. Okay, whether she wrong, right, or whatever. And so while we on Tasha, let's go ahead and talk about the scene with Tasha and Keisha. Keisha is pissed. She's ready to get out of this. You know, she's trying to figure out what's gonna happen now that Ghost is out of jail. She's like, are things gonna go back to normal? Like, can I just get my weave shop back? And she was like, you know, we have to keep everything like it is for right now, but you know, when we can, we're gonna let you out of the business. So I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Keisha's a wild card. She hadn't talked to Tommy, so Tasha texted Tommy like, where you at? But you know Tommy don't have his phone, so he's not responding to anything. So I don't know. I feel like Keisha's a wild card. I feel like she gonna be the big question mark for this season. Because, I mean, in one way, I'm like, Keisha, shut the hell up. Just shut up, girl. But then at the same time, I'm like, they brought her in this business. They didn't tell her. They forced her into this business. Now, you know, they forced her into this business, and now she won't out. And I can't blame her for that. She's not no thug. She ain't no drug dealer. She's not down for that life. So I can't blame her for wanting out of the business. Now, you know what I just thought about? Maybe Tasha used that money and she gonna get in the drug game with Tommy. Since Ghost out, I'm just saying, it's a way to make money. They need money. I don't know. That's a good idea. Just flashed in my brain. So I forgot what I was talking about. Tasha and Keisha. Yeah. So that's gonna be another situation that's gonna be pretty interesting. So I got Pitar's death. That was our first death. I don't know if it was the first one, but it was a death that happened. So now we just go ahead and go to Kanan. So Kanan kidnaps Ghost, and they go, well, basically he tells Ghost, you know, we have your son, Jukebox. Well, he says, we have your son, and, you know, need some money. And Ghost is like, nigga, I just got out of jail. Like, when he walked up on Ghost, it was kind of anticlimactic because you would think somebody that you fought in a damn Game of Thrones as WWF knockdown, it'd be WWE because they ain't had no boxing gloves. They was kicking each other and knocking each other side of the head and fighting all in the warehouse. Old Jean-Claude Van Damme ass movie fight with fires and burns that you thought he was dead. He been dead supposedly for like 2 seasons. You would think that when he ran up on you in the middle of the day in the street and you turn around, you would be like, oh my God, I thought you was dead. Like you would have a bigger reaction. Omari didn't really give it to us. As far as his reaction, I thought it would be a little bit bigger, but it's neither here nor there. He kidnaps him. He tells him he needs the money. Ghost says, I don't have no money. I just got out of jail. He says, that sounds like a personal problem. You need to get the money. So he decides that they're going to rob Tommy's stash house. And, it's interesting that they know each other so well. They come up with a plan to do it. And, Kanan was like, you're going to rob your friend. Like, how did I not think that? He was like, listen, you need the money. It just is what it is. I feel like Tommy going to get over it because it's Tariq. So I feel like he'll get over it. Or he going to go sell drugs in his club to pay him back. Whatever he got to do. But he gonna do it or whatever, and that might create a little tension between the two of them. But ultimately, I think it won't be that big of a deal because it's Tariq, and they had to save Tariq's life. So I think whether he stole it or they took it from him, but he did kill the boy who counted the money. Kanan did that, and the fact that he's with Kanan, so he might not even believe him about Kanan because Kanan is supposed to be dead, right? Everybody who knows he's alive, other than Dre, is dead, right? So they go and rob the stash house. They work very well together, but Kanan kills the guy who counts the money. I think his name was Marcus or something like that. I can't remember. But he kills that dude. And so they get the money. They leave. On the way to get the son, he says, don't you remember how we used to work together? And, he basically tells him, I had a plan and you wasn't down with the plan. So I didn't want to kill you. It was either kill you or put you on the inside. And I didn't want to kill you because you was like my brother. And he was like, so I was just a bad choice. Like, boy, you get out of here. So they arrive at the place where Jukebox is, because Jukebox is pissed, honey. And in the meantime, okay, so they're there. So let's go to Jukebox and Tariq. So she has Tariq. And, she keeps stalling, telling him that Kanan is with the dudes. They're getting stuff for the heist. And, Tariq is so damn dumb, y'all. He's so stupid. It's like, why are you sitting in an abandoned-ass apartment with this woman? Nobody else is there. You're forever waiting on somebody. You can't leave. Like, it's just... You didn't realize you was kidnapped, so he asked her how did she get her name Jukebox. She said she could do the impressions of anybody, and it seems like she knows Tasha from around the way because he was like, you better than my mom. And she was like, I'm better than your mom on her best day. Okay, like, girl, your mama couldn't even try me. Child, bye. Okay, and Anika Noni Rose, like, that's funny because Anika Noni Rose is such a good singer. And, Naturi Naughton is a singer, too. But she was a singer in a pop group, so I don't really know how well Naturi Naughton can sing or not. But I know Anika Noni Rose blows, honey. Blows. So, during that moment, it was just so weird to me, y'all. She gave him a lean, and he fell right on his sleep. And she started singing him, his eyes is on the sparrow, and I know he watches. I know he watches. I know he watches me. Lights out, little nigga. I was like, this bitch is back. She done gave us a whole Sister Act 2 soundtrack reprise, and then she tells him night night nigga. Night night nigga. I was like, child, she is doing this role, okay? This is too much for me. This is too much for me, okay? So God had built his hedge of protection around Tariq. So now we're all together. Before they go in, Kanan tells Ghost, he gives him the gun. The gun has a clip in it this time. When they did the robbery, it didn't. So, of course, he points the gun at him. He said, I knew you was going to do that. And he was like, listen, I don't know how many people she got in there. Go Jukebox is money hungry, and she'll have she about to kill your son and you when she get this money. And I don't know what she going to do with me. I don't know how many people she got in there. She crazy as hell. So, go ahead and take this gun. Now, you can shoot me and try to get him on your own, or we can go up in here and get your son together. So now we see that Kanan has taken a shining to Tyreek to some extent, and he don't want him to die. So he goes in there, and basically they going back and forth with Jukebox, and Ghost like kind of removes his he had like the plastic wrap, or he had something around his arm. He moved his arm, and she figured out what was going on, and so she got the gun on Tyreek. When she turns the gun to Tyreek, or turns it to Ghost, he says something to her, and she turns again. Kanan shoots her, and before she does that, she makes him tell Tyreek that he is Kanan. He is not Slim. He grew up with the dad. He ain't shit. He don't love nobody. Like, the way he said it was so funny to me. He was like, I ain't shit. I ain't never been shit. I ain't no good. You know, I don't love nobody. And he was like, tell him about Sean. I killed Sean. That was my son. You know, I do it again. But he wasn't like you. You know what I'm saying? He was a soft nigga. He wasn't no hard one like you. Like, the way he said it was like, this is what I am. I get it. That's me. Okay, I was gonna kill you. I was gonna, you know, kidnap you. That was the whole point of me getting to know you. And y'all, it just seemed like Tyreek was so angry and was so hurt. Now, I've seen a lot of reviews and everybody says that they think Tyreek gonna go back to Kanan. But I don't think that Tyreek is gonna go back to Kanan. I think this is gonna create like a blood feud between them two. Because now Tyreek think he a little thug with his stupid ass. Okay, he think he a little thug. So I think that he's going to be looking for Kanan to kill him. And that's what's gonna change him forever. Okay, so I really think that, you know, him and Kanan gonna have a issue, or the next time Kanan comes up. So anyway, he ends up shooting Jukebox. She's dead. You know, they jump up, they hug. Notice Tyreek does not hug Ghost back. He do not hug James back at all. And what's his name? Kanan has the gun. Why I can't think of people's name? It's so many people. Kanan points the gun at them. He says, but he didn't shoot, and then he says, see you around, little nigga. So I'm sure they will see each other again. This is a good exit for 50 Cent. Makes it easier for him to come back in and out of the episode, because I know he's about to do another show on another network. Okay, so that was it. So it's going to be interesting to see how this affects Tyreek, because he has learned a lot of new information that he did not know before. He has also seen somebody get killed for the very first time. So this is going to affect him and change him as a person. So it will be interesting to see how it changes him. Okay, so let's talk about Tasha. Okay, I got that. Julio and Dre. Oh my God, Julio and Dre. So to me, this episode, like, I was so sad Julio died. Julio kicked the bucket. It was a great send-off, and he was a great character. And I think it was sad for me because he's been on there ever since the episode 1, season 1. Like, he's been around. So, you know, it was kind of sad to see him go. But I saw an interview. Y'all check out the interview on AfterBuzz TV. They do a power review, and he's on there. And he looks so cute. He's going to be in the new Jessica Jones that's on Netflix, guys. Check him out. He has his hair now and a mustache. He's so cute, like with his hair and stuff. Like, aw. And his name is J.R. Ramirez. So he's awesome actor, and he did a great job playing Julio. And he was talking about, you know, his character and how, like, sometimes recording, he was like, man, why you can't just bust people upside the head? But they needed somebody who wasn't like that, because Tommy is so off the chain and Ghost was in jail. So he was trying to match that quiet strength. And I like the way they showed us that, you know, Julio was really trying to keep it cool and, like, not go crazy, because he know he can kill up a whole bunch of people, okay? So he had, like, a quiet strength about him. And he had a little stupidity, too. So, so basically, Dre talks him into, he goes to confront Dre about Kanan. He obviously doesn't know that Kanan is supposed to be dead, but he know that they supposed to shoot this nigga on sight. Dre lies and says that, you know, he just talked to him about wanting to get back in the game, and he shut it down, and that was it. And then he tells him that he knows some other drug dealers that are upset with their distribution, and they want to try to handle that because Cristobal been running his money about getting those extra keys, which I really don't think is the truth. I really think that was Drake running his mouth about Cristobal getting the extra keys, and that's how this whole thing has come to fruition. That's what I believe. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. So, anywho, they have decided that they're going to meet up with the guys, and you know, he's like, I need to ask Tommy, and he was like, that's your problem. You always want a Tommy. You distro, dude. Like, you need to handle the problem. You need to come with a solution. So he says, okay. Now, later on, when he shows up to meet he's by himself, which is to me was just stupid. That stupid story, right? And why would he be by himself? Like, why are you giving this nigga the benefit of the doubt? You done caught him lying and being shady this whole time. Like, why are you going by yourself? But he shows up there by himself, and in between time, Dre has met with Cristobal and the leader of the Toros Locos. If you remember, the 718 tattoo is from that gang, and so Ghost basically paid for him to get out because it's a blood in, blood out gang. So he paid for him to get out the gang, but now that Ghost is not in the game no more, the drug game, excuse me, anymore, the deal is null. So that means that Julio can get killed. So we can see that when Ghost goes away, like, Julio needed Ghost's protection, and so Ghost was not there to protect him. So I think this is going to affect Ghost immensely when he finds out that Julio got killed, because I think that Julio really looked up to Ghost, like was really a mentor and a person in his life that he wanted to be like. That's why he wasn't out here beating everybody ass and running over people with cars like Tommy do. So I think this is going to affect Ghost, because to be honest with you, he should have took Dre under his wing. I mean, he should have took Ghost under his... Ghost should have took Julio under his wing instead of Dre, is what I'm trying to say. Because, yeah, he should have did that, but whatever. So he meets out there. They decide they're gonna kill Julio. He tells them, don't make it look like a Toros Locos murder, because if you do, that's gonna protect, that's gonna protect me, that's gonna protect you guys. So we're at the place. He gets there, 3 guys come out. He figures out he's been set up to get killed, and he starts fighting. And Julio was whooping ass. He was beating everybody up. He killed one dude, slammed his head against the thing, and another dude, but then he got cocky and he started talking noise, and the other dude wasn't all the way down, and so he got up and he sliced his Achilles heel. Once he sliced his Achilles heel, it's a wrap. Other dude got up, he started fighting, stabbing him every chance he got. He was just talking, he was stabbing him, and he was trying to hit him with the little pole, or he had a pipe or something, but he was just stabbing him, and so he finally got him on the ground. He fell back, and he cut the 718 tattoo off on his neck. Notice he cut that tattoo. That's going to be a dead giveaway that this is a gang murder. Dre told him, do not do that. So that's going to come back and bite them in the butt later on, okay? So he cut off the tattoo and stabbed him in the chest, and I love the way he crawled and crawled and crawled. It's like, even after you did, I still fighting for my life, and then he dies. It was such a good scene. It was gruesome. It was kind of hard to watch, especially with the cutting of the tattoo off the neck. But it was such a great scene and a great send-off for a really good character, okay? I'm going to miss all the sex scenes with Julio because I really enjoy looking at his body and his face. My God, he is fine as hell, okay? So I just want to make that statement that Julio, I'm so sad. I'm sad about Julio. But he was a great character. So check out the AfterBuzz if y'all haven't gotten to check that all out. And so I want to say that's all that happened and anything. Yeah, they got Tariq at the end of the episode. So yeah, that's all that happened on Scandal. I'm on Scandal. Child! That's all that happened on Power this week. Next week, I think we're gonna be getting back to Angela and the case. They're trying to figure out who killed Greg again. I think that Tasha and Silver are gonna be getting closer because, with him taking over the real estate business, they're gonna be in the public eye more, so that'll be interesting. We're gonna get to see. I think we're just gonna see Tariq and how those things work out, and I'm interested in see because Lorenz Tate is gonna be coming in. I think that's gonna have something to do with the real estate situation as well. So I like the new character, the new storylines, and the new characters we're gonna get for next week. This was a really good show, other than a few stupid blunders. It was a really, really good show. So I want to hear your thoughts. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, share this video with all your friends. Don't forget to turn on your notifications because my videos be late as hell sometimes, okay? I hope you guys have a blessed week. I will see you in a few minutes because I'm about to make this Insecure video. Peace.